left-handed, but
I'm gonna text him right now.
none of y'all are left-handed.
Um, okay. Well, Michael is what was that transition that I was gonna say? So Michael's your last child,
Mhm.
and he ends up being he goes to nursing school, so he's a nurse, but he's also incredibly good at music. He's a musician, so he plays the guitar, he plays the piano, he writes his own music. He has music on iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. You can just look him up, Mike Snyder. Look up Mike Snyder, Color to You.
And he does music production, so he produces it himself. He knows how to do I don't understand what
This
all
is the
that.
child that she had when she was 45 and
Uh,
who they thought he was gonna have Down syndrome.
I mean, we didn't
He
know.
didn't have Down syndrome. He's just like
Yep.
smart.
Very, very, very talented and good with his hands.
Yeah, he's working on the cabinets.
Redoing my cabinets, and he's just such a little perfectionist and wants them just right. And yeah,
We won't even get into
yeah, the
the
drama
the
we get through.
drama for the cabinets. But anyways, but yeah, so if you're thinking about like you're scared you're too old and whatnot, I feel like the big takeaway from what I've learned from mom this evening is you have way more power than you think. Ask questions, and then from there, make a decision that you're comfortable with, that you're confident with. That way, if it turns out that it was a mistake, you're congratulations, you're human. And then now use your creative powers to navigate how am I going to move forward because it's up to you and how you want to navigate for going forward. Nobody else is you. You'll never not be you, and nobody else will be you. And so it's very special. Is there anything else that you want to say about? And now you said Gabriel was dad had that name.
Right. And then I did not remember this, but Barry said that he also said, and you'll have a Michael, because
Oh,
Gabriel and Michael are the two angel names in the Bible.
angels.
So I didn't remember Barry telling me that back then, um, but he says that that was true. So it's kind of neat that the last two are Gabriel and Michael, and um,
So why did you name your firstborn?
yeah,
Like,
so Ben, what we did to find names is I would go through the books, um, the name books, and I would pick out the things that I liked, and I made like a list. And I remember one time going over at the car with Barry, and then he would be much more picky than me. And so he would say, definitely not that, definitely not that. And, so we would come up with a common denominator of names that we liked. And so Ben was really cool because we went to my husband was a DA, and we're at the Christmas party, and I am just delivered him, I guess, or it might have been when I was still pregnant. But no, it was after he was born because
hmm,
they said we named him Ben because we didn't know if he'd be a boy or girl. Back then, you didn't know.
mm.
And when he came out, we named him Benjamin. So they said that's really cool because he was the 12th grandchild of my mom and dad, and he was the 12th son
Mike's gonna
born.
get something to eat. Y'all want something? What's the matter?
Um,
So,
so you were saying about,
oh yeah, that he was the 12th grandchild of my mom and dad, and that he was the 12th son of Jacob, the
yeah,
guy, the DA's office where Barry worked was 90% Jewish DAs, ADAs.
wow.
And so it was a Jewish DA that said that to Barry. So it made it, I just felt like it was extra special that he pointed that out. And then Lydia, we had a boy and a girl name because we didn't know if she'd be a boy or girl. But dad picked out Lydia and I picked out Nicole. And I said, but we'll call her Nicole and not call her Lydia. And after she was born in the hospital, he looks at her and he goes, doesn't she look more like a Lydia than a Nicole?
I remember that story.
And I was like, dang it.
Dang it.
You're
Yeah,
right. She did. I couldn't, yeah.
that's so
So
funny.
yeah, so that's how her name. And then Abigail, we had part of that was and obviously they're all Bible names, so that, was a thing.
You're a Bible believing
Bible
woman.
believing woman. And so Abigail, we had that neighbor when Ben and Lydia, when we lived in Glenwood,
Yeah.
and she had a sister named Abigail, and she had a daughter named Isabel who was
Mm,
Ben's best friend. They played together all the time. And I just loved that family. I love those names. And I loved Abigail in the Bible. And
hmm.
so that was Daddy didn't fight me over that one either. But um Gabriel, obviously, we got the name from
From,
God. But Michael's middle name, Gabriel's middle name is my dad's name, Glenn.
yeah,
And Michael, I wanted to give his middle name my maiden name, which is Stewart, because it's a male name, and I knew I wouldn't probably have any more children.
yeah.
But Barry fought that and wanted Ian. But in the end, he said, "You know what? You did all the work, so you get your way."
I mean, yeah,
But that's kind of a thing. I've heard other mothers say their husband really fought them on the name of the child.
which I find beyond annoying because I like I think giving birth and being pregnant is asking the biggest thing you could ever ask a woman to go through. I mean, it literally changes everything, your hormones, and so I have like zero. Hey,
Understanding.
well, I understand they want their kid named what they want their kid named, but I also understand anatomy and how and what a woman goes through to have a baby, and the man's not having to do any of the work. And I know that's not his fault, but it also doesn't matter to me. I'm just like she gets the final call.
Yeah,
Like she can do whatever she wants. If she wants him to like go with his name, that's fine.
yeah.
But it's your call as a woman.
And
Like,
that's what Daddy wanted after the fifth child. He finally came up with that. But
hmm,
I also want to say, and hearing you say that, after my first delivery of Ben, I remember looking at Barry and feeling sorry for him that he would never ever be able to deliver a baby because it was so fantastic.
that's crazy to
And I
me,
and I
by the way.
remember feeling guilt. I felt guilt, not guilty exactly, but just sorry for him. I felt, oh, poor guy, he'll never have what that feels like to carry a live person and then give birth to them. It's just fantastic. Hard, difficult, yes, but so worth it. So amazing. Um, and it's even
Mhm.
in the Bible where it says, "Does a mother remember her pain?" Yes, she does, but it's all forgotten when she looks at the baby. And
Yeah.
I'm totally translating it
Right. But
different,
that's,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it's saying there
yeah,
is like they forget because as soon as the baby's born, you're just like, oh my gosh, like I have a human. Yeah.
exactly. So,
Okay.
okay.
Well, thank you, Mom,
You're
for joining
welcome,
us.
daughter.
Yeah. Well, you guys leave your comments or questions if there's anything that was unclear or something that we can do another video about that I think Mom would be happy to do that.
Absolutely.
So, and just remember, it's not just you, you're not alone. And everybody have a great night and thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us.